Week 13 of the King of Football. I am the King of Football. I know all. I tell all. I'm always watching, and I'm always gambling on football. And each week I'm going to bring you 5 games that you absolutely have to bet on to increase your bankroll. So when you're in the club, you can flaunt and you can taunt with that paper in your pocket. Let's bring in my counterpart, Coach Harvey Ward Van Allen. Last week the coach went 3-3. His season record is 31-29. The King went 4-2. His season record is 29-31. I'm 2 games back of the coach, and let's start off with Tampa Bay at Green Bay. Famous Jameis is back from his groping incident. Not really going to matter at all. They could get beat, but for some reason, I think they go into Green Bay with Mike Evans and with that running back, the muscle hamster, and beat the Packers. Take Tampa Bay plus 2.5 in Green Bay. Coach?
Absolutely. The dumbest player in the NFL is going to roll into Green Bay and try to lead his team to victory. It will not happen. Put your money on Green Bay and take your money home, and that's all I need to say.
Coach has the Brett Hundley-led Packers minus 2.5 at home. The King has the Jameis Winston-led Bucks plus 2.5 on the road. Game 2, the Kansas City Chiefs at the New York Jets. My God, the Chiefs have started to suck. All of you crown them Super Bowl champion after they beat New England week 1. Look what happened to them now. Alexis Smith came back. They're going to New York, who had a decent run and have overachieved all season. But it's time for that very untalented Jets team to fall off and for the Chiefs to go into New York and to win this game by 4 points or more. Put your money on Alexis, minus 3.5 in New York. Coach?
Put your money on the Jets. KC is on such a skid, they can't even slow it down. Yeah, the Jets have shown bits and pieces of goodness throughout the season. I wouldn't dare say greatness, but I won't. Bits and pieces of goodness. Look for them to bounce back this week after the loss last week. Stand up against KC at home. Put your money on the Jets and take your money home.
Coach has the Jets plus 3.5 at home. The King has the Kansas City Chiefs minus 3.5 on the road. Game 3, the Cleveland Browns at the Los Angeles Chargers. I wasn't even going to touch this game at all, but for some reason Coach said he wanted the Browns plus 14. Coach, please explain.
The Browns do suck, I agree. But 14 points is a huge gap to overcome. And at this point in the season, the Chargers usually fall off. Not sure what it is, if it's the pressure of them playing well during the middle of the season and having expectations. But I can't put my finger on it. But guarantee yourself they will fall off right here. The Browns are striving for that one victory to make them feel like they've had a bit of a season. Look for them to play over their heads this week in LA and not lose by more than 14. Put your money on the Browns.
Coach has the Browns plus 14. The King has the Los Angeles Chargers minus 14. And everything the coach just said is absolutely incorrect. Game 4, the Carolina Panthers at the New Orleans Saints. The Saints have been really, really hot. They went against a Rams defense last week and got knocked down pretty hard. Didn't put up a lot of points. I think Carolina has a really good defense. I'm not sold on their offense. I think they lose this game by only 4 points, maybe 3. Put your money on the division rival, Carolina Panthers, plus 5 in the Superdome. Coach?
The Who Dat at home against a rival, Carolina Panthers. It's time for Cam to stumble. Look for Drew Brees and crew to put the ball in the air, put a lot of points on the board. This might be a good game to bet on the overs. I think it's 48. Put your money on New Orleans and take your money home.
Coach has the Saints minus 5. The King has the Carolina Panthers plus 5. Game 5, the Philadelphia Eagles at the Seattle Seahawks. Philly is really tough. They have the best front 7 in football. They're killing everybody they play right now. So there's no way I can take Seattle when they have 0 running game. And Cam Chancellor and Richard Sherman are out. It may be close for a little while. Philly will find their groove, and they will eventually blow out the Seahawks. Put your money on Philadelphia, minus 6 in Seattle. Coach?
I'm going to agree with the King on this. Trust me, I have no problem with Seattle winning this game, but I just would not bet on it. Philly is on a roll. That city is behind them like you cannot believe. Put your money on Philly to roll into CenturyLink, tag Seattle, and get out of here. Cover big. Put your money on Philly and go home.
Coach and the King both have Philadelphia Eagles minus 6. And now it's time for our lead pipe lock of the week. The King has the Denver Broncos at the Miami Dolphins under. Because Jay Cutler versus Brock Osweiler. Coach.
Agreed. My lead pipe lock of the week is New England versus Buffalo. Early in the season, I said Buffalo was the surprise team of the season. They were in the first of the season. Middle of the season, they sucked. They had a great game last week, but don't look for that to carry over. Look for New England to come in, put their foot down hard as they always do in the last few games of the season to roll into the playoffs. They're going to cover big. Put your money on New England and take your money home.
Coach has the Patriots -7 in the hook at Buffalo. The King has the under 40 in the Denver-Miami game. That concludes another edition of Week 13 of the King of Football. I'm the King of Football. I know all. I tell all. I'm always watching, and I'm always gambling on football. Coach?